Hi guys, I got a message from one of my subscribers asking how do you shoot in the dark. I presume they're talking about cameras here, so here we go. My first piece of advice would be to use a lens which has got a low f-stop. If you want to capture the sort of feel of, say, a street setting, you're going to be wanting a lens that's got a low f-stop, so that you're taking in the light of the street, the look of the street, everything to do with that. Rather than just shining lights on the scene and making it brighter. So I would suggest using a low f-stop lens. Now basically you could get a lens like this SLR Magic Hyper Prime lens, which has an f-stop of 0.95, which is insanely large aperture of the lens, the f-stop meaning the aperture. Basically, the lower you go on the f-stop scale, the wider the aperture. For example, this Michael lens has got an f-stop of 1.7. Which means that it can take in a heck of a lot of light. Most standard lenses which come with your cameras have got f-stops of either 3.5. This one's got widest aperture of an f-stop of 4, which is still not too shabby if you've got lots and lots and lots of light there. But at night you generally don't have a lot of light, so the lower the f-stop, the better. The lens I'm currently using is very, very soft focus. The reason it's vignetting is because it's a TV lens, not unlike this one, and not built for the camera. However, the lens which I'm using has got an f-stop of 1.4, which means that it is also very good at shooting at night. So yeah, basically, a lens like this will cost you around £900 to £1,000, which means that it's very expensive, and a lot of people won't be able to afford that off the bat for something that they're just going to use a couple of times. However, if you're going for a cheaper option, the Michael lens is about 30 to 40 quid. So that's very, very good value. On some cameras you might get vignetting with this lens. However, I haven't noticed it with Micro Four Thirds. The lens which I'm using currently is giving me a little bit of vignetting, which is not really a problem for me, and not really a problem when you're shooting at night. However, you're always going to be getting a lot of light in with a lens like that, so I always think that the lens is very good. Now, another way of doing it is using a floodlight. Now, I really like this kind of floodlight. They're easily positionable. I'll post a link to this specific floodlight in the video. And this is basically a standard rechargeable LED flood. Basically, I've got two of these, and between them they've got 1,700 lumens each. They've got a color CRI of 80, I believe, which means that they give a fairly accurate representation of light, or as it were, natural light. However, they are white lights. They don't give an exact sun-like quality to the scene. You can get very, very cold quality out of these. But as you probably see, they're very, very powerful. I'm just shining that at you, and I'll take down the aperture of the lens a little bit. I've taken it all the way down, and that's at an 8, and we're going up all the way to 1.4. You're basically getting a lot of light in from this little light, and it is absolutely fantastic. Turning off the light of my room and just shining it at the wall behind the camera, I'm still getting tons and tons of light into the scene, if not as much as my light-saving bulb was giving me. So light like this is really, really very good. Yeah, I would very, very much recommend these if you're doing street shooting scenes, because you can just get so much light in with one of these. Anyway, that's kind of how to shoot at light. Oh, for the record, if I haven't mentioned it already, this is 1,700 lumens, which is an insane amount of light. They also come with this really, really classy sort of red flash thing, and on top of that, you've got the fact that they're rechargeable. They take about 2 hours to charge, and they have about that in terms of lifetime. So you can use these for sort of wood shooting if you've not got any street lights, or if you've got street lights to balance out the orange of the street lights and give yourself a decent white balance so that you can get a good shot of the scene, because they've got a very, very good white light to them. So yeah, in terms of shooting at night, it's never really easy. You probably need more than one light source. things you've got to watch out for are creating too many shadows with the light source if you're shooting downwards with the camera. But apart from that, it's not that hard to shoot at night, and if you're investing in some powerful floodlights, you're going to get a very good night shoot. I wouldn't recommend using things like, for example, torches, because whilst you got nice sort of looks with torches, in terms of they will give off a light. Problem with the light which they do give off, and this torch has just died on me, which is great. The problem with the light which they do give off is usually it is in rings, and you can tell it is being projected by a torch, whereas you won't get that problem generally with floodlights. Still, I hope that you found this video helpful, and if you liked it, subscribe. If you didn't like it, send me some abuse. I love the abuse, it's great, keep it coming. I've had a couple of messages already. It makes you feel like you're doing something right when you're getting that kind of abuse. But yeah, thanks for watching, and have a really groovy day. Bye!